I'm in a coupe by myself.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They returned home after playing in London last week, but it was a good trip as they came home a winner.
And that's a long flight when you lose, but it's not half as bad when you come home with a victory and full of shepherd's pie.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year of the NFL now.
It's hard to be frustrated when you throw for nearly 400 yards. But I know he wanted to break that barrier. I think he got the pain eased a little bit when they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, when you get the award, you know you had the best week in the conference, you'll let it slide. But, hey, that number well within his range. You know he's got the arm to do it in this one. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 91 yards. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the run, Smith going to throw. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking down.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
An opening drive set.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
That's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have a perfect game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Oh, nice move. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown! A big play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Muscles by at the 25. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The visitors' offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's been as productive as anyone in the NFL in the middle part of this season. The NFL's leader in receiving yards to this point, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Smith. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Kemp. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like Ryan.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. More than 1 defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 1st down, Kemp. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Smith. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Well, 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in?
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his RAC, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
8 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And on now is the punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 35, second down. You look at this defense, currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The middle they go. Kemp. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Smith. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. the throw there going to be incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
7-7, our score after one.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Smith now to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far.
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40.
The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That is caught. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
At the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He was brought down at the
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They're able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Smith. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. The result is a 1st down.
Harris running straight ahead. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Smith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's a pickup of 6.
Now a give right side. Kemp.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Results in a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Smith. And that will be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Visitor
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
At the 22-yard line.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And I don't think he got there, no.
He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Smith. Under pressure, and they get to him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just lock one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked second in the NFL at this point in the season. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
16 yards.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They run on first down with Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
Ball placed at the 45 for second and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brings up third and 5.
Looking to throw.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll set up a throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
It's a gain of 5. Third and 10.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. Result is a first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Reeves to about the 35, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And now back out comes the offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
That's a gain of 8.
Now what a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Complete on the deep ball. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
12 yards to go.
Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
I like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory, looking to put a drive together. Back to throw, Smith. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second down and 10.
Throwing is Smith. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Operating from the gun, Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence the big plays are out there.
And he's got his man on the out route. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
37-yard line. 4 yards on the
Smith throwing again.
2nd and 6.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
To throw is Smith. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now a handoff up the middle. Kemp trying to run inside, but nothing there. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And on first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. So this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it. A shotgun snap for Smith. That's swung out wide to Harris. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun, here's Smith. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. His kick is absolutely perfect. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And able to get this out to the 25. This offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
At the 39-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. again. Here comes Jackson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
40-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up
second and 9 now. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And on now is the punter, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This will be fielded at the 17.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's Smith. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Now Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 32. Result.
Smith now to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
Up the middle they go. It's Reese. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Back to throw. Smith. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
First down.
Out of the gun, Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Smith.
At the 23-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Smith.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that will keep the lead at 8.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep him in check on that first down carry.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The offense on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. From the 21, here's the 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4.
They run again with Jackson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Reese. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Pick up with 2 yards. And a 1st down.
Smith.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion. I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Here's Smith. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think it's safe to say they've made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start here with Jackson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Now it's Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They'll come up now on second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Looking to throw. Smith. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Smith's going to throw it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Smith.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Back to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
It's 2nd and 8.
Smith to throw.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the home team here, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.